My name is Hamza. I know a lot of people here, most of you. I'm an SHSS student, so here's to you, Si Hamza. Humanities represent. I studied political science, and I'm quite proud of it. And when Hamza invited me, I started asking myself, but what am I going to talk about? I have nothing really insightful to share or important to share with you guys. So I just decided to talk briefly about what I did and how AUI may have helped me change who I am and become the person I am today. But just to start, I want to go back in time and talk about the questions that define us and define who we are today. We've all heard the question, what are you gonna do when you grow up? These questions we hear when we are kids, and we fantasize about becoming a fireman, a dancer, a dentist, or whatever. And then the question changes and becomes a bit more difficult, because after right before you graduate from high school, it's the same question again. What are you going to do after high school? So you have to be more serious in how you think and choose the beginning of your career path, because your studies will define ultimately what you have as a career, or at least this is how you think when you're young. And once again, the same question with a tiny shift. What are you going to do after uni? Wow, and this one is very difficult. And of course, I'm quite sure that 99% of people here are not working today in what they thought or where they thought they will work or do what they thought they would do. And this is okay. So this is my topic. And my topic is that the plan never goes according to the plan. And that's okay. And the major and the most important thing that I learned from AUI is that it is okay that it doesn't go according to plan, and you have to get the strength to spin it. And I believe that somehow this is what Muhammad was talking about earlier. He got setbacks, he knew how to turn them around. And this force of character that you get, I believe I got it from Al-Akhawi. And one other similarity I had with Si Muhammad is that I've never been the top student. I didn't really care. I was the cool kid, ولاني ماشي popular. The cool kid, I'm not going to challenge myself too much. Just the passing grade. نجح الحمد لله ما خصني صداع. Parents okay. Grades average. Okay. And then something happened. I joined SHSS. Here's to you, Si Hamza. Political science major, as I said, and I discovered my path. For the first time in my life, I had found something that would satisfy my curiosity and that would define ultimately who I am. So there was the shift, and I became the top student, the top grades, the whatever. And while I wasn't looking for that really, it taught me something about myself, that I could aim high and that I ought to be ambitious. But of course, the path is not always as it looks like. And although I had top grades and I almost finished my master's with the 4.0 GPA, I might be the only one at Al-Akhawain ever to ever fail PED with an F. I think I was the only one, and please correct me if I'm wrong, because this is something I carry heavily in my heart. But I joined on spring 2006. I'm not sure if someone joined the same year, but this year was catastrophic. Cold was extreme, snow up here, and come on, do you really expect me to go run with Sva around the soccer field? That wasn't my thing at all. But joke aside, if you had asked me the question earlier of what do you intend to do after uni, for me, the career path was obvious. I was going to be a diplomat, work for my country, work at the ministry, blah, 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 represent my country in some office or some foreign country, etc. And disillusion always occurs, usually occurs when you really want something and you finally get close to it or get it, and you understand that in reality it was not what you expected and what you really needed at the time. So once I finished my studies and I got closer to this environment, I understood that it wasn't made for me. So first failure, first switch. I made an easy switch. I switched to the UN local representation in Rabat. I worked there for a couple of years. Second disillusion, and second failure. It wasn't my environment. I wasn't okay. So I left again. And came the unexpected, that spark, that the plan never goes according to plan. I received a phone call from a friend who has nothing to do with Akhawain, a banker, not a really fun person, but yet he called me and told me, listen, I have a friend who's looking for someone in communication, and I don't know, you're young, so you must know some stuff in there, so I think it's good for you. I said, okay, why not? So fast forward to today, it's been 13 or 14 years I've been doing this job, not with the guy, thank God, because I really learned what I didn't want to be or to become as a human being or as a boss. But today, fast forward 13 years after, alhamdulillah, I'm quite happy that I've started my own business with my partners, that we started very small as independents, and that today we've been able to scale up to the size of becoming a holding company and becoming one of the most prominent independent groups in Morocco, communication groups in Morocco. But going back to Al-Akhawain and what Akhawain taught me, I think Akhawain gifted me two things, or I rather say three, because I have to get in line with Muhammad, otherwise I'm going to be in trouble. The first one, rolling back, we are in 2006. Yeah, 2006 at La Cafette. At the time, there was only one cafette. Salah just prepared to us واحد نص عجيب, having a smoke, drinking a coffee, and we're outside under the shade, people coming and going, chatting. And at some point, there is a girl running by. She smiles, she leaves. And he turns to me and he tells me, this is your future wife. And indeed, she is my wife today. So same thing as Muhammad. So you call it karma, you call it a vision, you call it whatever you like. But yeah, this is the first thing that Akhawain gifted me. The second thing is that I learned that I could be ambitious. I could afford to be ambitious. And this is very important. Muhammad talked about the why earlier. And I totally agree with him, but aside from the why, most of the time we tend to keep ourselves and not permit ourselves to dream or to carry ourselves outside of our comfort zone. So this is something that Akhawain taught me, and that was the second gift. And the third, and most probably the more important one, and here I'm making a connection, direct connection to PED, is that I learned to love and minimize my failures, the weight of my failures. Because if you are to succeed in life, if you are to succeed as an entrepreneur, you have to carry very lightly your mistakes and your failures. Otherwise, the weight is too heavy and you keep failing. You never get out of the water. It's like when you're swimming in the sea. First wave hits you in the face, you're under. As long as you get back, bam, second thing, you cannot move forward. So if I wasn't able, thanks to Akhawain, to minimize the mistakes, I don't think I would be where I am today. So if I am to leave you with one thing, or talk to my younger self and whisper in my own ear, I would say one thing. I would say that it's okay if we don't have a clear career path. It's okay if we don't have a mid or long-term plan. It's fine. It's fine to do mistakes, as long as we learn from the mistakes. And one of the most important things to keep in mind that we have to embrace curiosity. And we have to allow ourselves to be curious because the best things in your life, whether it's about your dream, your career, or even the partner in your life, may come at the drinking coffee around the corner. As long as you're open to it, as long as you're willing to be curious about things, well, they just may come your way. And I think that this is one of the biggest stakes I have in my life. Thank you, guys.